I say? I'm on the Sato pipe tonight. It must be that Saturday Night Live. What is all that malarkey about? Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to Saturday Night Live in Dad's RC Hangar. Yes, before we go on, yes, you're saying, Chris, not another Friday feeling. It didn't happen. That Friday feeling did happen. You just didn't know about it. Oh, yes. No, the video didn't, but the Friday feeling did. Yes, we have still got the kitchen. The kitchen is doing my absolute nutting, but we've got a couple of days and it is done. And that Friday feeling will be back from next week. So this week, what are we going to do? Well, we was going to have Stuart Warren here as well. Unfortunately, he can't make tonight's show, but we will be back in 2 weeks' time with Stuart, hopefully. And, of course, Captain Blaz, which is our special guest this evening. And of course, Shadow Ops is sticking around, making sure that everything runs smoothly and we're all sane and answering tons and tons of questions that I don't know. I'm just sitting here looking pretty because that's what I do. So, without further ado, let's bring the guys in. So that's Captain Blaz and, of course, Eric from Shadow Ops RC. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, evening,
or
afternoon.
for you guys over there.
We should have like an international good morning night thing, shouldn't we? It should be good planetarial. Don't know. Forget it. I'll go back to my Sato pipe. Blaz, how you doing? Let's go to Blaz first. How you doing, buddy?
Yes, pretty good. Good to be here.
It's always a pleasure to have you on the show, my friend. I mean, I hear you had a long journey today. You just got back, literally.
Yes, literally, I came back, good half an hour ago. I just took a shower and now I'm fresh and ready to go.
Look at that, fresh, washed behind his ears and everything. So, Eric, how are you doing? Look, he's on his phone. Look, he's playing
someone
Tetris.
texting me, so...
Tell him to go away. Tell him... So you can't. Don't talk to me now.
The washing machine crapped out on me. Sorry.
Oh, that's the worst thing. The washing machine. I mean, doing my kitchen and my glasses. I don't know what's going on. It was doing it last week.
Are they crooked again?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think I should try and get them. What do they call themselves? I don't know. Lenses. Whatever. Contact lenses. Yeah.
Contact lenses.
Contact lenses. Anyway, my wife says, when am I going to get my washing machine back? So I actually plumbed that in the other day just so she could do the washing. And now she's saying when she's going to get a cooker. It never ends, but it's good. It's good. it is. Well, as I say, happy wife, happy life. I've got lots of planes I want to buy. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to make her happy. So, and she did say, I get a kitchen done, go for it. So that's it. So anyway, so what have you been up to, Eric? Anything, I mean, I know you brought a video. You brought the Bearcat, isn't it, that you've been building? And
the Hellcat.
Hellcat, Bearcat, yeah, Pussycat.
Similar planes, made by the same company. Just one's I mean, they're different planes, really, but they have similar lines. Really big motor in the front and a little bit of plane behind it.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Look, I didn't actually look to see who's running through the door of the hangar. So let's just have say a couple of hellos because I heard it going clonk clonk clonk, and me being so stupid didn't know what it was. Mike Bird, how you doing? Shadow Ops, how you doing? Well, you're there anyway, so I don't know why I'm saying hello there. RC, Sean, how you doing, buddy, Sean? Oh, and I will make people blue. Mark Jury, how you doing? I'm going to get to a name when I'm not going to be able to say it, and there you go. There it is. Nikos. Oh, Nikos, how you doing? Looks like he's got a RC truck there. We like that. David Gilbert, how you doing, buddy? Guniak. Wow. Hi, Guniak. Thanks for coming. That's pretty good. Guniak, I will be buying some of your rings for my MiG-29, but when I start building it. So yeah, you're on there. I'll definitely get some of your rings, which are awesome.
Get your kitchen done first.
Kitchen first, yeah. Then well, I've got a couple of planes to build before the MiG.
Priority.
Yes, the wife. Yes. So Teriodacty. Yeah, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but hello. Yeah, Nikos is there. Nikos about EQ in the house. How you doing, buddy? EQ's been doing some great stuff to his plane. I've been watching that. He put the Guniac, the Bernie thing in there as well.
And the other half of the Petrincic brothers is also watching, I see.
Is he? Hang on, Robert. Hang on. I'm going down. I'm going down the list. Everyone
Big
stop
salute
talking.
from Slovenia.
There we go.
Petrincic
There he
bros
is.
RC.
Robert, how you doing, buddy? A salute to you, my sir. Here we go. All right, everyone's
Salute.
back on here. Salute. Yes. Well, I'm actually. It's water. It's pretty. Actually, it's not.
It's orange juice. So
It's pure vodka. 100%. It's okay. Don't worry, I got that. There we go. I think I've said hello to everyone. So, and Michael, how you doing? So, anyway, enough about me. I'm just going to
Chris
sit back.
is going to get all sauced up.
I'm going to get. Yeah. I'm going to get. Could you imagine that? Doing Dad's RC Hanger, absolutely lagged. It'll be sort of. I like planes. Yeah. And then suddenly you barf all over the screen. Let's not go there. Yes, I'm going to make this into a new pipe. My little tobacco sato pipe. Anyway, so enough about me, enough about Eric. Today is obviously bringing Blaz in. So I'm going to change the screen. Zoom. There you go. And actually Blaz is bigger. And Blaz, you've got some sexy pornographic images of... no, you haven't. You've got some engines to show us.
well, actually, yes, I have a few interesting engines here.
The floor is yours, sir. Show us.
Where should I start? Well, I can start from the smaller one.
Now look at this. We did have a sneak preview of this. Now this is the smallest nitro plane I've ever seen. What is it? Tell us more about it.
This is called
Engine, sorry.
0.1. It has its own fuel tank. It has recoil starter. Where is the camera? Yes, of course, here. And it is pretty small. It's so small, it's almost smaller than my nose.
That is... Look at that.
Here's the pencil.
Look
So
at
the
that.
piston is as thick as the pencil. So what is this? 8 millimeters.
8 millimeters. I'm gonna-
RPM is on that motor, Blaz?
What?
Do you know
RPM?
what the RPM is on it?
I
If
think
you don't, that's
over
fine. I just
20,000.
know it screams. Yeah.
Over 20,000 with 20% nitro.
20% nitro. Wow.
Yes.
That must run really hot, no?
Well, I have 20% nitro and I'm using actually heli fuel for this, not the car. As I said before, it's actually heli fuel. 20% oil, 20% nitro.
Wow.
Okay, I was
Well,
wondering if it had a higher oil content being helicopter
Yeah,
fuel.
20%. I used almost on my all engines 4-stroke. I use heli fuel because it has a bit of more oil inside, and that's what I like because I like to.
Motor will just
I like to
smoke a
have my
little
engines for a
more.
long time, not just for a short
Yeah.
period of time. So.
It'll just smoke a little more. That's all.
But
I
that
don't
doesn't bother
run.
me.
I run 14% oil fuel in my RC cars because where I'm like you, I don't need to burn them up the instant I turn them on. So
Yes. Who cares if it goes 3 miles slower? But the engine will
Right.
last you much longer. So
exactly.
Sorry, I was making all the
no.
new people blue. So that's good. Let's go. I'm back. Oh, hello.
now, Chris, this is something from the last talk that we did. You know this? What?
Yes. Yes, I do. Yeah. I saw that.
CD91. So RCV.
RCV, yeah. Did we talk about this, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you check about history of these engines?
I mean, I was looking at it before when I was looking at the not the inline one, but the piston that goes.
Yeah, the SP. That one I forgot at Robert's house. So excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, squeeze. You're squeezed. It's fine. You chat on my good man.
Yeah. So as I said, these engines are pretty unique, and they are made from some very interesting design which was used in the Second World War in England. Bristol engines, as
the
I
Bristol
thought.
engine, yeah.
Yeah, because
They're the
they
rotary
wanted to
valve,
use,
right?
yes, rotary cylinder valve. So the cylinder actually rotates around the axle, and when the cylinder rotates, there is some kind, let's say, I will say it in my expression, a tube on top of the cylinder, and on that tube is one cutout, and that
Right.
cutout rotates, so it sucks the fuel, Here is the glow plug. It ignites and it makes an exhaust, and that just how it's very simple to work. Doesn't have any valves, no springs, nothing.
Really?
It's just plain simple engine with the 2 gears inside, and that's it.
And what cc is that?
15 cc.
15 cc. Wow.
I got this engine.
Well,
from
less to
Israel.
go wrong not having valve train.
Yes, there is actually nothing that can go wrong except for the bearings, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right,
Well, I
and-
mean,
Yes.
bears they're easy
As
to
I said,
change.
Yeah,
Saguniac,
they're
right?
not so easy, because
It's
actually
gear driven
here-
off the crank. The cylinder is.
Yes, 2-to-1 ratio, and there is a. And here, let me go grab a pencil. Here, where is this? This. At this point, there is a big ball bearing, which is very hard to change. So you better take care of
Yeah,
the
I
engine,
remember
because
you
don't want
taking
to-
one apart once.
Yes, and I think
it
also
wasn't
assembled.
fun.
I think actually this one.
It was that one that you was
Then
doing,
we-
was it?
Yes. Then we have ran the both. I have 2.
And what's the? I mean, when you change the gear, the ball bearings and stuff. I mean, what's the running time period? Is it any different from a brand new engine, or do you have to be a bit careful?
Well, actually, it depends on what kind of bearings you use. If you use China bearings, as we talked last time, that can lead to a catastrophic failure of the engine, like I have experienced on a Sato engine.
Really?
I normally use SKF or NSK engines, which are made in Japan. So those are the best ball bearings that you can get for the engine.
The bird for that
And-
engine is
But do
waiting.
you have to do any break in with those at all with the new bearings?
I don't know. Maybe one tank.
Okay.
There you go.
Usually when I rebuild the engine, I almost every time change the piston ring. So
Okay,
there
that
is,
makes sense.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I do a run in, let's say 2 tanks.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Standard then. So I mean, that's what I mean. You know, so when I did my FA62, it was it followed the same standard thing. So you know, you'd run it at a certain RPM for about a half a tank, and then
Yes,
you'd run it for
4,000
another
RPM,
half.
and then
Yeah.
you go to the
And just
7,500.
keep going up, but yes, but
Yeah,
it's still.
yeah,
I think it was. I mean, how long would you say that you should run an engine rich?
Rich. I usually, to tell you the truth, I almost never follow the specifications as they are provided
don't
with the
either.
engine, because I always run engines the same for 20 years now. I never had any problems with no engine. So what I do is, whenever I start a brand new engine, I run it very rich, so the fuel actually spits out of the exhaust.
Yeah.
Yes, because you cannot go wrong with this.
All right. And
I know,
but how long will you run it rich for? How many flights would you run it that rich, or you constantly run it rich?
No, I run it rich on the stand. As I said, 1, 2, maybe 3 tanks, and then on the plane for the next, I don't know, maybe 5 tanks. So whenever the engine, when you're on the runway and you tune the engine, when you feel that the RPMs are just quite right, I usually open 2 or 3 more clicks, so a bit more rich.
Right.
Who cares if it smokes?
Right. I'm the same. I run mine rich too, because at the end of the day, do I want to get a couple flights or lots of flights or lots
Yeah,
of driving
exactly.
versus grenading a motor?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have one engine. Yeah, go ahead.
no. I was just commenting to Eric. Yeah. I mean, I totally agree with that. So, but I mean, obviously, I don't have many experience of flying. Never done anything else, but you know, as I say, the Tiger Moth, which has got the Sato in. I mean, I'm really looking forward to the fly that this year. So it's going to be
The
my.
Sato engines. The Sato engines are just the best 4-stroke engines currently that you can get, and they're actually not that expensive if you look. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not.
let's
I've
say
seen
here in
prices for
Slovenia.
some of them. They're decent price for what you're getting.
Yeah, here in Slovenia, there is one store that you can get Sato engines. I think that the 72 size Sato engine is 210 euros.
That's
And
not bad.
a few years ago, you could get an ASP 61 for 170 euros. So that is only 40 euros difference
That's not bad at
in
all, is it?
between best engine ever and good engine. So
Well, as I say, for the Spitfires, I was saying to you previously before we went live, is that it's going to be from the Western UK, which is the West engines, and they go for different numbers. I mean, I don't know what they're like, but apparently they're pretty good. Have you had much experience with those, Blaz? Or yeah,
I had only one until now.
right.
As I said, we do have one more Western. I think it's 50 size with a tuned pipe. That will be insane.
Oh, look at this, and Mark Drury says he's got the Golden Knight, which is the golden version, isn't it? Which is absolutely sexy.
Yeah, let me show you one.
Yeah, show us another engine.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of sexy engines here. Eh?
Magnum Western. There you go. Yeah, so it's the Western that I'm going to get into.
As we speak about Golden Knight.
Ah, look at that.
There's a
Golden
beauty
Knight.
of a four-stroke.
This is, let me show you the case.
FA50. 50.
Yes, and we got this engine from Hungary. Our friend Hont Attila on YouTube has.
Hey, Nate. Look at that.
Yes.
He must be done flying for right now if he's in the show.
It must be.
Now, this is Golden Knight series.
Yeah.
This was made. If you look at the cam gear, let me show you. I don't know about the resolution of the, but
No, this is good.
there is a lobe. Yes, this is early engine because the later version of the engines has this lobe a lot lower, so they're slightly different.
Right.
Yeah, I will now.
This
is yes, this is Golden Knight, as I said, 50.
Right.
And now I will show you something. As we are just speaking of Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Look at this.
So I'll just edit. Oh, FA90 R3. Wow.
This also came from Hungary.
Look at this. Oh, man. Look at that sexiness.
Brand new.
Wow.
This is 15cc.
15 only. 15.
Yeah, this is the smallest radial engine from Sato.
Sorry, go on, Eric. You were saying?
Look at the barrels for the cylinders, Chris. See how they're really not that big. So that's 15cc spread about 3 cylinders, and those are pretty small
5
cylinders.
5cc per cylinder.
Look at this. That is sexy, huh? And have you got the radial exhaust for that as well?
No. Right. This one has a separate exhaust. You could buy one, but they're very expensive. So I stocks for some more time. So.
Oh well. What plane? What scale plane would that be on? What plane would you put that on?
I was just looking. There is actually one video which is on Beaver, 1.4 meters, something like that.
All right.
Nothing bigger because this engine is actually not that powerful. It's very underpowered, so it's quite heavy for the size.
But it looks great.
Yeah,
As Sean says, it's
and
beautiful.
It sounds good too. It sounds good too. Those radial engines, even when they're smaller like that, sound really nice.
Yes, they have very specific sound. But as I said, you have to be careful with these engines. It's a good thing to use onboard glow because the bottom 2 cylinders can die on you because they run rich, much richer than the upper one. So.
Oh really?
That makes sense.
Yes,
they had that issue with World War II engines on World War II Warbirds too. So.
Yes.
Go ahead, boss.
Yes. As I said, my friend Attila from Hungary just had crash 2 weeks ago with a Corsair with Sato 1, I think it is 170 radial,
Right.
and the engine has died in the flight, so he has crashed the
Oh.
plane, unfortunately.
And the engine was knackered as well? Broke the engine?
I think that the engine actually survived because it has fell in some field just
No.
on the good side, so he was lucky, I think, on that one.
And I think that'd be the worst thing, wouldn't it? Is that you've got a lovely engine like that. You know, you can crash a plane, it can be built again, and etc. etc. But you crack the casing or something like that, that's it. It's game over.
Well, I don't care about the plane if I smash it. I care about the engine if it
Yeah,
doesn't survive.
exactly.
I'm the same way.
This is it. I mean, you try,
don't care
you
if I
try
break
and go, so
something
you go arse first, wouldn't you? So let it crush, and the engine be sitting on top.
Yeah,
Okay.
the last time I have crashed a Sato plane was with my Ultimate. I was using, at my fault, a faulty receiver. I didn't know until I have crashed the plane. So
Oh, I
the
remember
first thing that
that.
I have did was I went to pick up the plane. The first thing was I looked at the engine if it is okay.
And it was okay.
Yes.
I mean, you do so many videos. I try to remember which ones are which, but yeah, do you? What receivers do you fly now, Blaz, in your engines? When you, because do you do any different from your brother? You don't do Spectrum, do you?
Yes, Robert uses Spectrum and Orange, and I use mostly First Sky. I use 3 different now. First Sky with my multiplex transmitter. I use multiplex original receivers 2.4 gigahertz, and I use my new Radio Link transmitter and receivers. I have tested and I had no problems whatsoever. So
Radio Link. I was thinking Radio Master. Radio Master uses the same.
Radio Master is OpenTX. That one Robert has.
Yeah, and Radio Master
I'm using
uses
Radio
the
Link.
same. Sorry, the word just went out of my brain, you guys.
It's okay.
It's the same signal as FR Sky Radio Master.
Coding,
So I can actually use Radio Master receivers with my FR Sky radios.
Oh wow!
Yes.
But it's something that someone said. Well, promoter protocols, yeah. I mean, someone said to me that you should use a special type of receiver with a glow engine because of the frequencies and because the vibration. I mean, I think FR Sky do a particular a receiver for a glow engine, do they not?
I don't know.
Yeah, they do, and I see. I'm so prepared. Not. I've been up to here with kitchens, so excuse me, but yeah. When you chat on, I will find it. FR Sky website is just is crazy. It takes about a year to load, but there is. In fact, let's Google it. Let's do Google Live. There we go. FR Sky. What's glow engine receiver? Because I was looking at this the other day and I couldn't speak to anyone to give me an answer. It's not Justin Bieber, it's receiver. I don't want to see Justin Bieber. He's a good man though. But well, yeah, there we go. Justin Bieber. Here we go. Yeah, that was a good idea. Can't find it. But yeah, so you've not had any experience where you get like certain frequencies or the shakes or anything from it, no?
No, because actually, back in the day when I have started to fly glow planes, I was using 35 megahertz and 27 megahertz on our runway. Wow. And we never had any problems. Then when the brushless motors came, that was a different thing. Because whenever we fly brushless motors with 35 megahertz, that's it. Eh? Justin Bieber, yes.
Justin Bieber, I'm a believer. Well, that's crazy. I mean, I know that a lot of people have been saying, I've been trying to do a bit of research, and obviously they're saying, that the Mavericks and all that sort of stuff interfere with FR Sky or 2.4, should I say? And yeah, I'd like to get to Bombman. I mean, I think we're going to do this in a couple of weeks as well. I think Stuart Warren hopefully to be with us, and I'm going to come with a bit more information because I want to know about that. Because I was really worried when I built the Tiger Moth, and it was such a lovely plane, lovely engine. I'm thinking to myself, if I lose signal because some other random thing's going on, or if it's a frequency and that crashes, I would cry. I would do
Well, actually,
Go on,
yeah, go
Blaz.
ahead.
No, let's go on.
Well, actually, I think that I have flown my Tiger Moth with the first Sky receiver, with an 8-channel one. So I didn't have any problems.
Okay, maybe it's just that was that Jessica's beef. Hey ho. What's your
Maybe
brother
there's one
saying?
thing that I didn't have problems, because I always put my receivers in foam. So I encase them in foam. So in case if I lose the plane, I don't lose the receiver also. So maybe
I've seen that in a couple of your videos that you do that in foam.
yes, maybe that is a plus. So the receiver doesn't vibrate.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't know. I mean, I think maybe they're talking about if you're using the gyro. Maybe I don't know.
No, Robert, this is an orange juice.
it's
not an alcohol, so
it's a margarita. It looks like a margarita to me. I think.
But it is an orange juice with water. So
Well, you stick with that, and I'll stick with my 100% vodka.
yeah.
So Guniak says range check on RX placement is critical on glow planes. So that's probably why you haven't had any issues, Blaz, because you had the receiver far enough away from the engine that the RF that's thrown off by the motor isn't anywhere near the receiver.
That's really interesting, Guniak. Yeah, I like that.
Yes. As a matter of fact, well, it is. Maybe I always put the receivers behind the CG, so behind the wings. So it is
So you do
far
have
away from the engine.
Yeah, so you do have separation from the engine, so that's probably why you've never had a problem.
Maybe I was lucky until now.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they say. I mean, I don't think everybody does it, but they say before you fly, you should always do a range check anyway. Whether people do, I mean, do you actually do it? I mean, do you and Robert actually do range checks when you're at the field, or?
To tell the truth,
No.
80% of the time, no.
Yeah. What about you, Eric? Do you do it? Do you do range checks at all?
I kind of do it. It's not like a far check, but before I get the plane in there, I check to make sure everything's working, so that I don't have any problems.
There you go. Guniak has just answered my question. So vibration does hurt the RX, and you're supposed to insulate them. Thank you, Guniak. See, I knew there was some issue with it, but FR Sky make a bulletproof receiver that they say use that. So just tell the truth. Really?
Yeah, because you don't fly glow planes.
Yeah, because he doesn't fly glow planes. Come on, Robert.
Yeah.
Keep up. It's yeah. So it's there we go. They're all coming. I've heard the gyros.
That makes sense. That makes sense, Mark. But he says that Hobby Eagle does do a gyro for glow planes.
And so does FR Sky. If anyone can find that, because last time I just tried a receiver, I got a picture of Justin Bieber. whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I can't spell receiver. Oh, hang on. Excuse me. You crack on, guys.
Of a beaver, so.
I wouldn't show you the picture that I just got, but I'm still waiting for my X20 and my sexy ethos. It's not come yet. I was most disappointed. FR Sky, glow engine. Nothing like doing this live, is there? Glow engine receiver.
First Sky 9-channel.
Huh?
Is that Eric showing?
At least you're not having to do what I'm doing with this radio, Chris.
Holy crap! What are you doing?
The buttons, like the
receivers.
The weld they use likes to break on this Tyrannus Plus, so I have it apart, gluing them back in because the plastic weld they use from the factory snapped. So I have it apart to glue the buttons back in.
Jeez, that's.
But that was a used radio, anyways. So.
Oh really? When I use it with my Futaba. That's interesting, Kevin. Hello, Kevin. By the way, if I haven't said it, let's go back. I'm going to make some people blue. I think everyone's blue anyway. you're not blue, tell me. I mean, if you know, hopefully we're all coming through live and everything. I think everyone's blue. I like people to be blue. It's only so I see people when they text stuff because my eyes are crap. Here we go. I think let's come off that. But I need another screen. It's me. I'm lazy. I've got another screen and I'm too lazy to set it up. It's like, shall I get the screen out? Oh, no, I can't be bothered. Right, it's I'm nearly there. I think it's I think here we go. I don't know what it is. So Blaz, come on, more sex, more porn. Where's this nitro porn of yours?
Well, it's coming right now.
Oh, hello. What is that?
OS FS60, first OS 4-stroke engine ever made.
Seriously?
Yeah, this is size 60, and look at this, size 60, and the more rarer one is FS70. That one I would like to get my hands on because those are very rare. And they also came, yeah, this is Series 3, because the first series had aluminum or chromed rocker arms and a different carburetor, and the second one had the polished head, and this one is the Series 3.
Has that got open rockers at the top there?
Yes.
Yeah,
let me show you.
That's what it looks like.
Look at that. Looks like the one you flew the other day, which it was on.
That one is Anya, and this is OS.
Right.
This is, as I said, and this uses 5 bearings inside the engine. There are 5 bearings. Inside.
5. Webra.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Interesting. And the back one I could only get at Boca Bearings USA.
Really?
It's very, very different ball bearing. It has, the inner diameter is very big, the outer one is very small. The shell in between outside and inside is only 3 millimeters. So.
Wow.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And what's the exhaust on that? Does it have a muffler or not?
No, this is original like this.
Oh wow.
Straight pipe.
I bet that made some noise.
Yes, pretty sexy. And you don't have to use pressurized tank. It sucks on its own fuel, so it's a good sucker.
We like good suckers.
Yes.
Not that you get to meet many these days. Open rockers and
Don't
mechanical
all,
masturbation. Huh? Oh yes. That's
yes.
it. Look at that. I mean, that would, you know, this is some of the sad things, really, isn't it? I mean, you know, I like the aesthetics of an aeroplane, you know, with the cowl and everything else.
No.
But you also like the sexiness of the engine. So it's like, as soon as you put the cowl on, the engine's gone, and it's like.
You have to choose a plane. So this why you have to choose an older style plane, so you don't have to put the cowling on, because it would be a sin to hide this.
Yes. Yes,
what
totally
can be
agree.
More sexy than what
totally
can be more
agree.
sexy than those open rockers, just like on the German submarine in the Second World War?
Oh god, yeah, loving that. That is sexy. Here we go. Quick question, Blaz. Quick question. How many different engines do you roughly have? There you go. How many you got?
Oh Jesus, I don't know. 200.
That includes one Wankel. That includes one RC Wankel
which
engine
is actually at home on the plane. I couldn't get one.
That's
so,
okay.
As I said, maybe 200 different engines.
200?
At least.
You need a museum.
Yes, we were talking about this with Robert. So, but it's just difficult here. It would be good that people would see all these kind of engines, because I don't know, people don't know. If you're not in this hobby, you don't know what this is.
No. This is, well, I don't know what half of them are. Made in Australia.
No,
Austria. Webra. Who was talking about Webra? Someone else was talking about Webra just a minute ago.
Yeah.
Mark Croucher. There you go, Mark. Look at that, a Webra.
Webra with timing belt.
With timing belt. Oh wow.
Yes, timing belt, and again with not with valves, but rotary valve.
Wow. Yeah.
Again.
That's that.
This is made.
Oh, another
Yeah,
question. Sorry.
these engines were made. What?
Another question quickly for you. It's a question of Sato FA45 Special. I have the high speed needle open to 2 whole turns. Whatever I do with the low speed. I can't get past half throttle without it dying. Oh, what's that mean?
FA Special Sato is a normal engine, but the timing gear is different. This is why it's special. It has bigger lobes, so that means that the valve is open a bit longer than at the normal engine, so it gets a bit more fuel inside.
So how can Mark sort of get the low idle? I think it's the low idle he's on about, isn't
The
it?
best thing would be to put it to factory settings. So whenever I disassemble the engine, I always low speed needle screw all the way in, then I open it 2 turns, and also with the high speed needle all the way in, then open 2 turns, and then I go from there.
There you
And
go. I hope that's
also the culprit for the engine dying can be the glow plug many times.
Oh.
So if the glow plug is not glowing good enough, the engine, when you open the throttle, can flood the engine, so it can also be the cause for the engine to die. So
I mean, why you're because we want to pick your brains, Blaz, because obviously you are the man. On a glow plug, what's he saying? It won't go full throttle. Okay, we'll get back to you in a minute, Mark. On a glow plug, how many flights before you change a glow plug? Because it doesn't really tell you, does it? Last thing you want to know is when it's in the air.
Actually, the thing is, whenever you are running in the engine, whenever you go then fly, you have to change the glow plug.
Every flight?
Nah. Every time when you have a brand new engine and you're running in the engine, you normally run it rich, as I said.
Yes.
So when you are done with the running in the engine, you put it on the plane. I always change the plug to a new one.
Yeah, because
because it can get quite worn out because of the rich settings at
fuel,
the start.
yeah. And then how long after
plug and Brent? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go on, Eric. Go ahead.
Mark was trying to figure out what to do. Sorry. So what Guniak said was try a new plug. I would try some new fuel too, because sometimes, if the fuel is a little bad, it might run. But sometimes if it's going bad, you can run into issues where the motor won't run as well. So I would do fuel and plug, if it was me, Mark.
That's true. And you have to also check the fuel lines, because maybe there is a leak and the engine cannot suck enough fuel inside. So that is also the problem, maybe.
That's true. Could have a vacuum issue.
Oh no,
where
he's saying it's new fuel as well. He's saying it's new fuel.
Okay. Well, then I would check the plug then.
The plug, and as I said, you have to reset the carb. That are 2 things that I would do, and then I would go from there.
So I'm trying to still look for this receiver. Just carry on, please, Blaz.
Yes, I was saying about this. There are a few versions of this, T60, T80, and T90, which has exposed timing belt, as we were talking the last time, just like on American muscle car with the blower.
Yeah. Maybe saying that. Yeah.
Yes, it has even the belt tensioner at the side. Well, that one we will assemble on the camera, so you will see what I'm talking about.
Oh, I think I'm giving up with this receiver. I'll find out in a couple of weeks, or I'll put it down in the comments.
You will have 2 weeks to find it until the next filming.
Yeah, that's my homework from Captain Blaz. There you go. I should do my homework, sir. Yeah, so there you go, Mark. So that sounds good to me. That's so as I was saying. So once you've changed the plug after you're running in, when would you consider changing the plug again?
Well, that depends on how the engine runs, because actually I didn't have so many problems with engines on their airfield. Maybe I have changed 5 glow plugs at the field in my entire career, so I was lucky with them. So I don't know.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I mean, Eric, do you? I mean, because you use glow engines in your cars as well. I mean, do you change them often, or?
Well, it depends. So I'll have an engine where they last. I don't have any problems with. But when I bought a nitro car last year that I've since returned, every time I fired it up, it would blow a glow plug, even when I would lean it out. Because sometimes when you run it too rich or too lean, it'll burn the glow plug up. But as soon as you'd run it, and it wasn't too lean or too rich, it would still just blow the glow plug.
Wow.
And some of my other engines, I've had that issue. It's just, I think some of the glow plugs more recently, there's been an issue with some of them coming out. So that's why I said that comment to Mark. I was like, I've had an issue with some of the glow plugs I've bought going bad really quick. So sometimes it just depends on when you bought and the batch you're getting them from.
Oh,
Yeah,
so I have an announcement. Yes, well, I should have had bigger cams, baby. Sean, yes, I should have had an announcement this week. Should have been the Friday feeling yesterday, but I was stuck doing a kitchen. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. For the last 2 Fridays, well, for 2 weeks now, I've been doing a kitchen, and it's almost at the end, so I'll be back in a place. But I was meant to go to Western UK in England. I've already spoken to them on the phone, and basically I'm going to take the Spitfire down there with the cowling, and we're going to be using a Western engine, and then they're going to build me a custom Spitfire exhaust. So it's actually going to come out both sides of the Spitfire like it should do. That is going to be sexy. So I'm hoping, I'm not promising, but I'm hoping I get to drive down there next Friday, and we'll do some filming while we're there. But yeah, so that's going to take, apparently that's going to take 3 weeks to build the exhaust. If you go to, I think it's, what is the, if you guys go down, I should have really put it up here, shouldn't I? It's, yeah, Western UK, one word, .co.uk. And you can see some of the exhaust pipes that they've made previously. But I didn't realise this until I spoke to them on the phone. When I got this, I don't know, in my mind, when you put an engine, a glow engine on an aeroplane, it has to either be facing up or facing down. But it doesn't matter which way it is. It could be whatever way on the front of the plane. Did you know that, Blaz? Oh, obviously you must have known that, Blaz. I didn't know that.
I always like to put my engines downwards. I don't know why, but I always put them like this.
I thought that was standard, but when I was speaking to Western UK, because when you have a custom exhaust, it has to fit in the cowl. So what they say is that sometimes the engine might be at a different degree, so the exhaust all fits around. And that's when they said to me, they said there's actually no reason other than aesthetics that the engine have to be up or down. Really crazy. Go to the website. It says it on there when you look at the custom exhaust. It's quite an eye opener. It's like, oh, okay. So I could have twisted it. I suppose I think probably the reason in my eyes is the what's that? Oh, it's 40, there we go. There we go. Guniak's saying 45 degrees for custom stuff. Really. There you go. Obviously, Guniak knows more than these little glow LED things, which are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So.
Oh, Tom Kelliher.
I'm glad you said that.
Yes, he has a few of these engines. He has painted them to make them. I think he has one like this, T60 in blue. It is so sexy. It is in blue, and these stripes are polished out, and they look like chrome. You have to see the pictures of that.
I mean, what paint?
Let me just see if I will find them on Facebook very quickly.
Yeah, you find them on Facebook and see if you can find. I don't know how you're going to bring them up though. You can bring them on your phone.
Yeah,
pictures, yes. I hope I will find them. Just give me a few seconds.
Wow, Guniak, you flew glow more than electric. Well, I didn't know that. Do you have your glow engines on your YouTube channel? I don't know. I
know Guniak more recently has only just done his EDS. That is a pretty motor.
This is ASP FS400 that he has polished out totally. It looks like it's made from chrome.
Wow. Hi, Lassie. How
I'm
you
just sorry
doing?
about the bad camera.
I mean, what? I mean, if he's painted his engine blue, what paint would you use? Like an exhaust paint?
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah, you'd have to like a high
I'll try
temperature
to
paint,
find.
wouldn't you?
I'll
But
try to
that would
find.
look awesome, wouldn't it? I mean, there's stuff you could do. This is why I don't understand. I mean, I know electric is quick, easy, and everything else. I mean, but I mean, some of these planes, you know, that need like 6 to 8 cell batteries. I mean, you start getting sort of like high C. They're expensive, and you know they could blow any time. So it's kind of crazy,
At the
really.
end, they're more expensive than glow engines.
Yeah. So I really don't. Here we go. What's this? What's this?
There is one. There is
Duplicolor
one
engine
Mirko
ammo.
that he has done. Look at this.
Oh wow! Look at that. That is
Mirko,
sexy.
see?
That is. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
That
I'll find
is.
some more. I want to. I want to find that Weber that he has.
So it
It's
says
so sexy that it's good.
Duplicolor engine enamel with ceramic. Okay. Can't fake the smell of gas.
Yes.
Damn good as well to smoke. Cool engines. Honestly, this is the rated at 18 for nitro engine porn. It really, really is. I'll tell you what. Either my arse is getting where I'm losing weight, is getting less puffier, or this seat's getting less flat. One of the two, but it's getting really uncomfortable. Oh.
I can't find the engine. I'm sorry. I will show you next time.
It's probably in the same place as my receiver that I was looking for. It's Justin Bieber. He stole them. Justin Bieber has stole the FR Sky receiver and the engine.
It's Bieber's fault. So
Bieber's fault. Bloody Bieber.
no. What's next? Now I will show you something completely different. It is an engine, but I will show you something.
Come in.
That's well, he's bringing us that. Yes, glow engines don't run real hot.
What is that?
CO2
Another small
engine.
engine.
Oh, didn't you guys was going to do something? You got. I remember it was a red plane, I think maybe, and it was a C. Yeah, you was. I never saw the video of it running though. Did you not done it?
I think that we have run one engine 2 years ago, which I got for a present. It is on a stand. So we just need a cartridge.
Yeah.
For whipped cream, you just
Yeah.
put it inside. You fill the tank, and then it runs for about 1 minute.
How cool is
It
that?
has a plastic piston.
Plastic.
Yes, the piston is made from plastic.
Hey Jeff, how you doing,
You just
buddy?
use-
Jeff in Lower Alabama. So yep.
Yes.
That is crazy, man. Let's make Jeff nice and blue. We like people that's blue. So that's not bad. I mean that is pretty cool. If it runs for about a minute. So I mean, can you enlarge the tank?
Yes, I have seen the videos when guys have enlarged the tanks, so they're flying for 3-4 minutes, something like that.
That
There
is
are
so
quite
cool.
few videos on the internet, so it is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I try and watch as much as I can. It's all it's sort of RC especially planes and engines it's fascinating, and it's fascinating to see what people do with their stuff. I mean, the trouble is, you start watching, and before you know it, you're binge watching, and time just goes. It really does.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but
It's morning quickly when you watch videos.
it's crazy, but it's
I have
it's an
even seen
addiction.
these CO2 engines in radial, 8 cylinders, 10, something like that.
Really?
Yes.
My voice
But
went
they
all high then.
cost
Really?
1,000 euros.
1,000 euros.
So, Blaz, you had a question from last.
Yeah.
It says, do they run an 8-gram CO2? On that CO2
Yes.
engine, he said, does it?
Yes, those small cartridges that you can buy in every store.
Yeah, I mean,
And then he asked,
Go on.
Sorry, go ahead,
No,
Chris.
sorry, Eric. Go on. I'll always interrupt. Go on.
he just said also, can you run that 88-gram cylinder with it as well?
I think that you can, but you must watch about the lubrication. The engine must not run for too long, because it gets no lubrication from CO2. As I said, you have to squirt some WD-40 whenever you go fly. So
Okay, that makes sense.
yes,
That's pretty cool, though. I mean, I'll have to look at some more of that CO2 flying. I think I was waiting for you guys. I mean,
on YouTube later on.
I think the best engine, well, not the best engine. I'll retract that. One of the great engines that you had on your channel was the tube. I don't know what it's called now. Oh, my brain is gone. It was a similar sort of thing as the flying bombs used to use. That little pipe.
Pulse jet.
Pulse jet. Thank you, sir.
The Germans were using in the Second World War
That's
when
correct.
they were attacking England.
Yes. Sir. I didn't see it personally, but I heard about them.
No, yeah.
But that pulse jet. Now, you didn't do Maiden a pulse jet, did you? Or did I? Is that one I missed?
Wrong video.
Did you? Yeah. Did you Maiden it?
No.
No.
Not yet.
No. I'd like to see that work.
You got Les asking about what type of oil. He says air gun, Pell oil, perhaps. Because in an air gun, you have to use oil too, so that's why he's asking.
Yeah, yes, you can use whenever any type of oil you want, but the most common here in our country is WD-40, so we use this. V1 and V2, yes, that's it.
Guniak, yes, pulse jets are extremely loud. But simple motors. Sorry, engines, simple engines. Motor reverse electric engine.
Ultimate lube.
Yes, this is it.
There you go.
Yes.
It's great for lubing up.
Sometimes
it really
you
is.
need some lubrication. It must be wet.
Yeah, of course. Always. Where's this channel going? Anyway, Blaz, more. What else you got down there? FA91S. Now, I've not seen this. 4-stroke, yeah.
4-stroke.
High cam series. High cam series. I'm looking forward to see this. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's true. Did you see what Mark's latest comment is, Blaz? Says the funniest video when you and Robert almost choked to death running your engine in the workshop. When you ran that one in the wintertime and you guys started it. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, there we go. So,
both of you got your SATA pipe.
Cheers, old chap. Cheers.
The good thing this is brand new. It doesn't.
Well, I tell you what, I got good fuel. That is a used one. Before I put the other, before I put that on, but no. Let's have a look at that engine again.
A little nitro gas never hurt anybody.
I don't know. I'll tell you later on, Eric.
Let me tell you, you would have known if you'd got it in your mouth. Because I was having priming issues.
Doesn't that look
with the
like
motor
a
the other
Harley
day.
engine?
Yes, it does. Like a knucklehead and Harley.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it doesn't,
Panhead, that's right. Yeah, you're right. I got some in my mouth the other day with priming issues, and it made my tongue burn like Noah's business.
Serious?
So you would know if you actually got it in your mouth. So
it burns. There were a few times when I was sucking the fuel out of the line because it was stuck, and I have put it in my mouth, and oh shit, it's not good. Oh, sorry, my language.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was having vacuum issues, and then I was trying to
wash your mouth with holy water.
And it came into my mouth, and holy crap! Yeah, you would know if you got it in your mouth. Whoo!
Oh, you know, yes.
Well, I don't know what I got some nitro fuel down there inside, but yeah, I don't. I think I did actually when I was for some reason when I was my little pump, on your flight box, I had to get some sucking to get some to get it going for some reason. I don't know why.
Yes. Do you know why?
No. You could tell me.
I had a problem this once when I was not flying for a month, and the oil got stuck in the gears. It didn't want to suck the fuel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the oil got stuck in the gears because that pumps are made with gears. Yes.
That's crazy.
Sense.
So I mean, because once again, it's like when you leave stuff for you should use that. And I was hoping to have it next to me, but I haven't as usual. But the oil, you know, that you put it in, or what's that? Is that the oil? After run oil, yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
It's because the nitro and the particularly the alcohol attracts moisture, and because there's oxygen in the fuel, it causes the oil to break down and gum up. So that's why it's good if a motor's going to sit for a long time to put some sort of oil in it and to spin it over. I mean, you don't have to start it, but spin it several times to get the oil to push out. Because when you run it, the oil's with the fuel, so the oil is contaminated and starts breaking down. So that's why it's good to, if it's going to sit for a while, to put oil on it and spin a couple of times to get the contaminated oil out.
Wow, there you go.
Yes, and the best thing to get oil inside, we were talking about this last time, is through this vent hole inside. I just put a piece of tubing on, and then I just squirt in the WD-40 or some after-run oil through here, and as I said, through the glow plug hole. And just as Eric said, you just turn it around a few times, and that's it, and you're good.
I'll tell you what. There's a lot of information going on this channel. I've got to save this video because this is great for getting into nitro. I mean, what do you think it is, Blaz? I mean, I don't know about in your country, but it seems a lot of the younger chaps that are coming into RC are more about electric than nitro. Do you think it's just... What do you think that is? Is it because the planes are cheaper or what? I don't know.
Planes are cheaper, and a lot of young people, they don't want to do a lot when they go flying. They just want to come to the airfield, stuck in the battery, and that's it. I like foreplay. I like to prepare my engine slowly, take a look if everything is okay, pump in the fuel, crank the engine, and afterwards I clean the plane as we talked last time. Disassemble it, you take your time, you clean it. What can be more sexy than this?
It is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like.
It's quick. It's quick for them. Basically, they can just instant gratification.
Well, Mike says
it. Just come, stuck in, fly, and go home, and that's it.
Yeah, Mark. Well, Mark says about 33, and he says he likes it. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the electric engines as well. I mean, especially like the ones in the Corsair, which is just insane. But it's something about nitro, and like you say, it's almost like a day thing, isn't it? It's like a you plan your journey, you make sure you got all your box, all your bits and pieces, and you make sure the engine's all clean and ready to rock. You put the fuel through, you hopefully have some great flights, and then you come back and you clean it, you wipe the plane down. It's gratification. It's like, and you always go home. I mean, when I was running the engine at the field, I think I could smell the fuel for a couple of days. I think it was stuck up my nostrils.
Which get in the nostrils, yes.
Yeah. But it's, I enjoy it. That is a lovely dog, Eric. That is a beautiful dog.
This is my service dog. So.
Yes. Oh, he's gone now, look.
How old is he?
Say again? He's 1.5 years old. Almost 2.
Oh. But as Eric was saying, it's his service dog,
he's full grown. He's only about 30 or 40 pounds. He's a sheep herding dog. So he has to go everywhere I go. He sleeps on me. And as you saw when he came to say hi, he had to give me kisses. So
yeah.
That's fantastic. But well, you saying, Sean, about who was saying? Yeah, Sean was saying about the sound of 4-stroke. Just wait till you hear this engine with a custom exhaust. That is going to sound unreal. Something. It's it's coming. I mean, it's coming in 3 weeks. They said. Unfortunately, I've got to go down there and take my Spitfire down there. So I've got to leave my Spitfire down there. So that's pretty crap. But that they need to measure it and all that sort of stuff with the cowling. So that's going to be pretty erotic, and I cannot wait for that. Here we go. The famous last words that anyone says to me. Any maidens yet? Well, I made a cooker, and I made a washing machine. I have, unfortunately, in the UK, the weather has been really crap, and the week that we had that was really sunny, I was building a kitchen for the wife, and I've still been building a kitchen. So
And your guys' COVID restrictions just got laxer too, so there for a
Yes.
while you couldn't even go fly. So.
We couldn't go flying until not too long ago. But in the middle of May, it's meant to be really, really great weather. So this is why I'm trying to, get my brownie points in with the wife. So then, I'm packing the car up with planes, and we'll see. We come back with planes or a bag full of bits. Who knows? But yeah, it's all good. We'll get there. We'll get there. I tell
As
you,
long as you have fun.
I have fun. I have fun smoking a Sato pipe. I mean, come on. It's I think the glow fuel's got to be ahead. It really has. Either that or this really is vodka. So, what else? Blaz, come up. More engines. I know you've got more in there. Everyone's waiting. Everyone's being teased. Tomorrow looks good. Tomorrow I'm still building the kitchen. I've got about 4 more days of that. OS4 stroke. Oh, that looks like an old engine.
Reckham,
Yes.
I got Reckham and Jeff in Lower Alabama.
new
Yeah, I
old
got to
stock.
fire my mower up today too.
This is a Surpass engine.
Oh, what for? What for in that tree last week? Yeah,
Oh,
it happens. It happens. He say
it happens to the best of us.
Oh, look at he's beat me. It's got a super pipe. I mean, come on. I feel like I've got a little one next to you. Why is yours so big?
Well, that's what she said.
Stop that rudeness. That's okay.
If you could only smell this.
I bet that smells
I
good.
bet it smells good.
Oh,
It smells of oil and oh, look at that.
brand spanking new.
New. Wow.
It even has a cardboard here still.
Just to keep it away.
Yeah, that's nice.
This was back in the day when an OS was making best engines they have ever made.
Look at that.
The best engines that OS ever made is Surpass series, which is this.
Is that a shut-off cap?
Yes, or choke.
Choke.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I know a lot of newer stuff doesn't even have a choke.
No.
So that's cool.
No, you just put it like this. I always mount it downwards. Then you just put here a small rod outside the cowling, and you just twist, and you can either shut off the engine or prime the fuel. So
Wow. That's awesome. And that would be a separate servo, so you'd need 2 servos for that, correct or not?
no, you can use just an ordinary Allen key.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, you just put in an Allen key and that's it.
I didn't know, if you wanted to make it up richer.
Yes. Now, now that I'm holding this engine, I can tell you something about the timing of the engine, which is the easiest timing that you can have on an engine.
Okay.
So whenever you're assembling the engine, you don't have to put on the upper head. You just put the piston into the top dead center. So the crankshaft is at the back, if you see, on the top.
So your
But the
pin
piston
on the
is
crank
all the
is
way up.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, there is a timing gear inside, which has a small dot that you can see. And you align that dot with the rocker push rods.
Yeah, push rods, yeah.
Yeah, you align that dot with these push rods, and the engine is timed. You just put on the cover, and that's
Oh,
it.
wow, that is an easy timing. That is
Yes.
really easy timing.
More easy than on the Sato, because on the Sato you have to have the timing gear. You have to dot on all the way down, and whenever you put in the timing gear, you can. What's this? Oh, the phone is ringing.
Reckham's just asking about what's a motor like this worth?
This brand new. Here in our country, we can get 300 euros for this, at least minimum.
Wow.
Because you just cannot get this kind of engines here, especially not brand new one. Because, as I said, almost no one flies here this. So, actually, this came all the way from Austria. So, this
Well,
engine is Roberts. So
they it depends on how rare the motor is, because I know that Winkle you guys got off of that RC plane. If someone
I
wanted
have
one
a
of
rare engine here
those,
to show you.
those are like, I've seen those upwards of $900 to $1,200 on eBay. So it depends on how rare a motor is,
Well,
and if it's made anymore.
Well, I was going to buy one, wasn't I? And then Captain Blaz said, "Don't. It's not very good." Oh, okay. That's the tool, is it?
Here is the choke.
Yeah, because Guniak was asking about, don't they have a tool that holds the piston at TDC?
Don't you have? No. I just put my finger onto the crankshaft and I push it all the way up.
Hold it.
It cannot move. And when you put it like this, you just put in the timing gear. You align the dot with the push rods, and that's it. I have done it always like this, and it works for me perfect. So
Crazy, man.
There probably is a tool. There probably is a tool, but you don't have to have the tool, because what he's referring to is the crank pin where the rod attaches to the crank. You can just hold it, is what he's saying, at top dead center with your thumb, and then it won't move.
No.
But you do have to pull the side case open so you can hold it.
Yeah, Poseidon says you install the pin to align the cam timing. Oh, okay. Is that an OS spanner? Wow.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No. Backwards, like this, yes.
Yeah, OS. Yeah, that's probably worth money in itself.
Yes. Osaka engines.
Good stuff.
Oh, very good stuff back in the day. But these newer engines are pretty expensive.
So I got a question for you, Blaz. Have you ever been able to get your hands on any of those, crud, the brain just went on my head. The really expensive radial, Mokies. Have you ever been around one or gotten your hands on one?
No. That was Robert's dream, to have a Moki engine one time, but it would be good to have this engine, but actually the maintenance of that engine is just, you need to have some money to maintain the engine. You need to service the engine yearly, so that can get expensive.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense, and they're not a cheap engine. So
no, I think that 400cc Moki engine is about 6,000 euros, something like this.
Seriously?
Yeah, I was gonna say last time I saw a used one was like $4 or $5 grand used, and that's a motor you don't really want to buy used, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's some serious bucks.
The first Moki engines were made in Hungary. Later on, they were made in Germany. They are still made two-stroke. They still make them in Hungary.
Oh, do they?
Small, two-stroke Moki engines. You can still buy.
I mean, this is the problem, isn't it? It's getting, it's all in Japan and in China, really. It's slowly people are dissipating who actually build great engines just because the demand's not there. It's such a shame. It really, really is.
It's happening even with surface and like boats and even helicopters. Like the people that make the motors is getting less and less.
It's a shame. It is a shame. I mean, it's I don't know why. But anyway, let's not get depressed. Come on. What more have you got there? Come on, Blaz, you've got some more sex in boxes. Come on.
Well, I have something
from Blaz's
for the last,
engine heaven.
Yes.
Well, it's okay. I mean, we've been going. How long have we been going? We've been going over an hour. Now I've seen this, so
Yeah, you had the privilege to see this.
I had the privilege.
As I said, where is that? HP Hittenberger Patronen. It means they were actually first manufacturing. Where am I?
No, you're there. This is
bullet for the military.
It's always tricky when you're trying to show something on the camera.
Yeah.
Because it's backwards from what you think.
Yeah, but that is what's bothering me. Where am I in this?
I can switch you around, but then you'll get confused. Hang on, let's check. Do you want me to flip you? Let me flip you.
No, it's okay.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, it's
you
okay.
Crack on.
As I said, this company was actually making bullets for the guns. They still do. They were, I think, in 1890s and something like that. And they later on they have started to make engines because they wanted to do something else. And you can also get four-stroke engines,
Right.
which are pretty
Sexy.
pretty sexy, yes, as I said. And as I said, a gift.
Yep, he had a $1 bill with it in the box.
Yes. From the US of A.
Oh, yes.
This is the closest to the USA I have ever been, eh?
Well, the same as me. I get bits and pieces from the USA, and that's it. I open the box and I can smell the USA.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I've
yes.
been really close to both of you, but it was when I was on a plane. So
And a nice
20
postcard.
hours at that. 20 hours at that on a plane. So
Should have parachuted in, said hello. Anyway, come on. We're waiting. Come on. We're getting some.
First, I will show you this
carburetor.
Whoa.
carburetor, which has a slide.
So it's a
barrel.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's a cool setup for a side carb.
Yes. Something different. It's like this. Let me show you again. It closes.
Because like on my Nitro RC truck I have,
Look
it
at
just
that.
pulls out. There's no mechanism like that. So that's kind of cool.
Yes.
That's just engineering at its best. That's what it is.
And now let go slowly.
Oh, it's rising. I can feel it rising.
Yes, it's getting.
It's getting bigger.
It's gonna really like this.
Woo! Oh yeah!
Yes.
Look at that! All right, quiet down at the back.
Inline.
Look.
Look. This piston is now up. This
Another
one
one's
is
down.
down. Let me just crank this.
I've never seen this.
So
before.
they're at a. So what's going on is they're at a phase about 180 degrees from each other.
Yeah, look at that.
That makes sense. That makes sense for balancing purposes. You would want them to be
Yeah, so
at
they
a
run
phase that
more
much.
evenly.
That is awesome. That is.
It's an inline twin, is what it is, Reckham.
Yes, inline twin,
it's
120.
It's got an adapter between the two motors, and then the cranks hooked to each other in the.
Let me try to show you inside how it rotates. Now it
Oh,
goes
and there's
to
the hole for the suction
Look at
that
For
that.
the
goes down
front?
through the crank first.
and from the back.
That is
So,
awesome. Yeah, so
front-
it spits between both.
Back.
That is engineering at
Very
its best.
interesting engine, yes. This, as I said, this was made for P51s.
Right. What
Yes.
scale? Well, what wingspan should that be on?
Wingspan, 2 meter wingspan.
2 meter
Or
wingspan?
no, 1.8 meter wingspan.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So, I mean, if that is just fantastic. Where'd you get that from? I mean, that is just an awesome. Oh, you got yeah.
Well, this engine has quite a story to tell.
Mhm.
Actually, I have found this engine on RC groups,
Yep.
and I have contacted the guy in California that I wanted to buy, and he said that he was not willing to ship it overseas. Then I have contacted my good friend in Florida, David McIntyre. He's also an engine guru. He has a lot of. If you need to see a disassembly engine or reassembly any kind of type of engine, you just go there and you will see. So I have contacted him. He has bought the engine in California and went to Florida, and then he sent it all the way to Slovenia. So
What a
went
hero.
across the world to get here.
I mean, like Reckham says, you've got to get it on a plane. Any chance
I bet
that's
it
going to be?
sounds really good. I bet that motor, where it has the two pistons that balance it out, I bet you that's going to have a really nice sound to it.
Yeah, this is also interesting thing with the ASP boxer that I have on my cup. It works like in BMW or Beetle.
A Subaru. Oh yeah,
Yes.
The
One
boxer
piston
motors.
at a time.
Yep.
This is boxer. Then I have an Sato FA 100. That one is not a boxer but flat twin, because the pistons work simultaneously.
Have you got the exhaust there? I mean, Guniak was saying it had the one that had the twin exhaust. Does that have like an inline exhaust, or has it had two different exhausts?
No, you must make them your own, and you can make them in one line, or you can make them one at a time. The best thing would be to make them one at a time so you can get better sound.
And both sides, yeah. Wow.
Yes.
So does that come with an exhaust, or you have to get your own exhaust for that?
No, I don't have an exhaust,
Okay.
unfortunately. But there is actually also just one video on YouTube, or maybe two, of this engine.
No, really. I'm gonna have to have a look for that. I mean, are you gonna get it maidened, that engine? Are you gonna stick it on something?
Well, actually, that engine is also Robert's. I don't know
Oh.
if he's willing to risk it.
Where is he? Is he still about? Has Robert gone? I think he's gone.
Earlier he said he was gonna take the kids to go get some ice cream, I think.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Every time Robert uploads a video, I will do my comment as usual and say, by the way, give that engine to Blaz, yeah.
Yeah.
Get it over to Blaz's engine heaven.
Was the machinist that worked on it? Okay, well, sorry, I missed that one.
Oh, okay. So that's what he's saying. The guy that he said that had one of those twins had tuned pipes on it, and he says that the guy that had it with the twin pipes was a machinist, so the machinist is on exhaust for it.
Oh, I bet that sounded awesome. I mean, the noise you can get out some of these planes are really great. I mean, I think this is why I'm not a great fan of like flying wings, because they sound like gnats. Whether it's just because I'm getting older and it's hurting my ears, but you know, I like a bit of grunt in an engine. You know, I mean, some of these, and even my quad, you know, you can't see in there; it's out of shot.
You're not flying even this little guy. This guy screams with being smaller.
This I put turbo props on because it sounds like an EDF. This does not sound like a quad. It sounds like an EDF engine, but that's another day. That's another story.
Blaz is a machinist, so Blaz would be able to make his own exhaust for it.
Yes, I will when the time comes. But as I said, we have so much
priority list.
So much things to film. I have PT19. I have assembled it last March. Then we had some problems, some issues with the receivers. It is waiting. The next one is Ryan ST8.
All our hearts sunk when that happened, because when you crashed because of receiver issues, it was like, oh no. That was hard to watch, buddy.
There you go. Gooniax responded on something. Sorry, the same guy would take an FP40 and 60, do the same changes in the timing at the intake and make them scream. Wow. That's,
you can do a lot of things with two-stroke engines, but you just need to have knowledge to do.
Yeah, which
yes,
I
that's
don't.
True.
So, but yeah, so well, I'm glad you got over that receiver problem anyway, and bits and pieces. I mean, I don't think I can't remember the last plane that had a receiver problem. I probably can, and I can't remember the name of it. My brain's gone. Don't worry about it. My brain is somewhere else in the sky.
I can understand why you haven't wanted to go out, though, because when you have these nice engines, rare or not, on a plane, the last thing you want to do is go out and crash again.
And also, I got that plane as a gift from the United States. Right. Brand new in the box. It is Hangar 9 PT19. I was dreaming about that plane for so long. Then I got it, and I have assembled. As I said, it's ready. The receiver is inside. It's already. I just need to go to the runway. I just need to take my, how do you say, pick up my balls and just go to the runway.
Well, this is what I'm going to say. You gotta make sure they're big for that day, because you know, I mean, why don't you have run two receivers, so you got a backup receiver? You can do that.
I cannot do it. If I would have original first sky transmitter, then I would be able to do. But I have a module in my multiplex, and I'm not able to do two receivers.
Okay. Here's a question for you, Blaz. How much does a jug of fuel cost in Slovenia? Presuming that's nitro fuel.
1 gallon of fuel I can get for, I think, 21 euros. 25 with shipping. So that's $30.
So is that for 1 liter? Is that 1 liter?
A gallon.
What's a gallon in liters?
3.78 liters.
That's cheap.
That's cheaper than me when I buy a liter of my. It's called Master Basher, but it has more oil content.
Master
in it.
what? Sorry.
Master Basher. It's a higher. It's a higher
Yes, I
content
have
oil
also
fuel.
spotted something else now.
I know what you're thinking, Chris.
Yes.
It's
Don't
Blaz's
get
fault.
dirty.
Blaz is terrible.
It's $25 a liter for me.
Well, I mean, isn't fuel just expensive in the US anyway, or is that? Am I thinking it's cheap in
No,
the
the
US?
most expensive fuel is in Slovenia, I must tell you, because actually, you in USA, you get a gallon, huh? So how much is it
I've been
in the
buying
USA per
liters.
gallon?
When you buy it in a gallon, you can get it the price better because it's more of a bulk price. But I started buying it in a liter, and I'll grab it and show you.
You grab that. Mark just said. Oh, where's it gone? Chris, look up Southern Model Craft. Okay, let me just bring that up so I don't forget it.
So I started buying it for, and you by no means you guys have to like this fuel brand, but I started buying it in a liter like this because I'll go months where I don't run my engines and the fuel stays longer in a metal can. So I'm paying more money by doing that,
All right.
Yeah.
but I don't have to worry about my fuel going bad.
I don't think
Is that a liter or a quart?
I can't get that.
That was a liter. That was 1 liter.
Because
And
what is a quart is 0.9. Am I okay? Right?
Oh, sorry, it's a quart. You're right. You were right. It's a quart. So it's
Yeah, Guniac says the
0.9
same.
liters, I
20%
think.
nitro and 14% oil.
Wow. Well, Guniac just said it lasts longer in metal. I mean, I just got like a liter bottle, you know. I haven't seen it for a while because it's under my MiG at the moment, but it's there. I'll go get it back out again soon, hopefully.
And also,
Well, the metal
best thing
can
to-
seal. So go ahead.
Huh?
Metal
Well,
can
the
seal.
reason why it lasts longer is because the metal can's sealed. Because anytime you buy like a soda like this or
Yeah.
anything carbonated, once you open it, it'll slowly go flat on its own, and that's because plastic just doesn't seal like the metal does.
Yes, and I also like to store my fuel in dark and cold places.
Yeah.
Not damp, but cold.
Yeah, because moisture will make it go bad too.
Yes.
That sounds like my bedroom. No dampness. Here's another story. Yeah, I mean,
But you have a WD-40, eh?
I got my lube. I'm all right, but no, we can go off track again. But no, I mean, I keep mine in my plane box anyway, which is it's in the hangar. I mean, the good thing about my hangar is I've got like a dehumidifier, so it gets rid of all the water in here and everything else. I mean, sometimes you walk into the hangar and it sucks the water out of your body. It's not very good for the human being, but it's great for the planes because one piece of water or something, then it corrodes all your linkages and everything. So, well, yeah. So have we got any more, Blaz, or is that our engine porn for today?
I have
Well,
two
we've
more.
got a
then I
couple
was
questions
thinking
while
of
you're bringing a
Okay.
engine out. We've got a couple questions
what
while you're
engine
bringing
is in
one
your
out.
Zero,
Blaz.
Blush. In that Zero that I was flying 1 year ago, I have a 120 Surpass pumped OS. It has a pump, so you don't have to have pressurized fuel tank. It sucks. It's a good sucker. It sucks fuel on its own.
That is awesome. Was that stabby or help it last?
Stable. So what he's talking about, what Michael Reitza is talking about, is when in over here in the States, when you have, I don't know if you guys have ethanol in your guys' gas over there in Europe, but ethanol gas will go bad if you don't add a stabilizer to it. And what Michael Reitza is talking about, Stable is a brand of stabilizer that you can put in gasoline with ethanol to keep it from going bad. I don't know if they make something for nitromethane though that you can use though. I mean, that's a good idea, but I don't know if there's.
Because I suppose that's the worst thing, Eric, isn't it? Is that if your fuel goes bad, you don't really know it until you put it in a plane, And then, like Lassie was saying, it could be that it's the fuel smells and looks fine, but it's actually pretty crap, and it's lost the combustion of that it should
Well, that's
have.
why it's good. You'll see like Pilot Robert and Captain Blaz before they go to fly the plane. You'll see him do this number with the plane and stuff, and also they
Yes,
get
we
a
have to
little
do this
heat in it
because
first to make sure it's
otherwise,
actually gonna run or not die on them.
yes.
Cool,
So
sorry, Blaz,
Boniek is asking me if I have a YS supercharged. Well, actually, I had a 63 size, which I have sent to United States to my friend, and I have 120, but I'm looking for a timing gear because it is ruined.
Oh, and that's on the supercharger, is it? Oh, Captain Blaz has had someone's frozen him. Captain Freeze is here. No, he's back. He's back. You froze for a second there, Blaz. I thought that's your brother trying to cut you off.
It's working.
So
Yeah, you're here.
Guniac
You're back.
and writes, yes, you can smell when it's bad, and also it looks oily because what happens is the alcohol starts coming out of the fuel, and there's more oil than there's alcohol left when it does it.
Okay, that's this is really interesting. It says here, yes, you can, Ray, and it gets oily like varnish. This is really interesting. It really is. I use a fuel stabilizer in my Z1. Okay, this is all interesting.
Well, yeah, because I can tell you why you have to run stabilizer in gasoline that has ethanol in it. It's because alcohol fuel has more oxygen in it, and so what happens is the fuel starts breaking down with any kind of alcohol on it, and so if you don't put alcohol in it, the fuel starts breaking down because of the alcohol. So
I mean,
that's why.
Go on, sorry, Eric. Sorry.
Well, so that's why with fuel that has alcohol in it, if you're gonna let something sit, it's best to put some sort of stabilizer in the gas because otherwise it breaks down. Yes, and it attracts water, which then also makes the pH drop and make it come more acidic when the water collects in the fuel, which also speeds up the fuel breaking down as well.
I think I'm going to throw my fuel away and get some new fuel for this year. I only use it's not
you will be able to.
Kilo. Sorry,
you
Eric.
will know if it's bad. It will smell funky if it's bad.
Now I just got to jump in. That you can't get Kilo anymore, can you? He doesn't make.
No, I think that he was sick or something.
Was
the
it?
Owner.
I know they've stopped making them now. You can't get them because that's who. First of all, I wanted the Kilo exhaust for the Spitfire, and they made that for a couple of people. And now that is gold dust. Look at that.
Yes, Robert has ordered this directly from the. I think that Kilo exhausts were in Texas or something like that.
I don't know.
Sure.
I'm not sure.
Now, if you can count the cylinders, you will see
5.
how many it has.
Wow.
5.
Yeah.
Fünf in German.
Fünf.
In German, yes.
So why he's showing us that Michael writes, yeah, you're right. What happens is the alcohol itself doesn't go bad. It's the gasoline components that start going bad from the ethanol.
Is that a rotary in there?
Cracking water.
You'll see how big the box is. This is just the cover.
What's this? Besides for the engine, you have the engine?
Now count how many glow plugs, Chuck. I like
5.
this, yes.
5 glow plugs.
I like these glow plugs. So these are 4-stroke glow plugs. 4-stroke glow plug is a bit longer than 2-stroke.
Right.
And this type of glow plugs, I just cannot get them anymore. But if you can get them, buy them because they are very, very, very good.
I'm going to have to remember that. I'm going to hunt for that.
They are as good as OSF plugs.
Really?
Yes. So there are 5.
Okay. So what do 5 glow plugs go into?
You will see.
Do I need to top up my pipe? Because I'm getting really excited.
Exciting. This is exciting.
I know. I've run out.
Oh,
No.
it's in 3 bags.
No way.
Oh. The smell.
Savor the moment. Savor the moment.
I will wipe down later. So.
Hang on. Let me get. Lube. Lube it. Look at that,
man.
bad boy.
Now that's what I would have rather just spent my $1,800 on instead of a washing machine and dryer.
You're not the only one. Show the motor. Look at that.
That's what I was just buying on my other screen since my washer and dryer needed replaced.
That sucks. Yeah. You'd rather buy that. Look at that.
It has only 1 car. Look at this at the back.
Wow.
Yes.
Look at that. That is some serious motor.
That I have seen that they have put these engines on a moped.
Really?
Just write on the YouTube, write ASP 400 and Piaggio Ciao, and you will see that one guy has put this on the moped.
Wow. That is. What plane's that going on?
This engine was actually planned to go on a 2.2 meter zero.
Okay, and that fits in the cow, does it, or with no cow?
Fit perfectly.
Wow, mind you, would you want to hide that in a cow? This is the dilemma that I was talking about earlier.
Then the only plane that would fit this would be some old Stearman or something like this.
Right.
That look nice on an old Stearman.
Stearman, yeah.
Yes. 65cc. This is.
Wow. That is beautiful.
I bet that those rotary engines like that with 3 or more cylinders really sound nice, just because they're balanced really well, and they sound really nice. Especially the 5-cylinder ones like that one, they have a really good sound to them.
And especially with that kilo or how they say exhaust, that would be perfect.
That would be a perfect engine, wouldn't it?
And you know what's interesting? That this engine even comes with the stands. So you can put it on your you can put it on your table and you can just admire it.
Exactly. I think that's the problem that I would have. You know, it's would I want to use it, or would I just want to put it up in a stand somewhere in a glass cabinet just to admire it every now and then? I'd have to start her up there.
The price of these engines are just going up because you cannot buy them anymore. They have stopped producing them. So.
Oh really?
Yes.
That's what happens with really nice engines when they stop making them. Then everybody wants them, and that's why that Wankel is like $900+ on eBay, because whether it's a good engine or not, people want them and they don't make them anymore.
Yes.
And then they become silly money.
Yes, and those engines exactly. The sound of that engine is just awesome. Of the rotary engine, Wankel
engine, yeah.
Wankel.
Well, it's a slip of the tongue, and you could be saying something else, but that is an astonishing amount of engines. I mean, we're going to be. What's the time? I'm a bit cautious of the time. We have been rabbiting on for quite a while.
40 minutes.
Wow, I could probably sit here all night long, if I wasn't freezing my ass off. I'm in my shorts at the moment, and it's getting cold, and it's like I can't reach my heater, so I'll probably end up burning something. So anyway.
Well, I have only one more engine here.
Okay, let's get it. Let's get it on.
And it is the most rare engine I have ever seen.
What's that? I've not seen this. You seen this before, Eric? Cult force. Is it cult? Is that how you saying it? Cult?
Right, yes.
Open rocker.
Oh, I
Open
do like
rocker.
it. I do like the open rockers. It does it for me, I'm telling you.
So do you just
Yes.
every time you go to run it, do you have to just drop some oil on the rockers, or is that how it works?
Yeah,
Or
I just usually put some machine oil. As I said, I'm using ATF oil and argon oil mixed, and that's
Okay.
it. Just put a few drops on, and that's it.
Yeah, Guniak's not seen one. So this.
Yes, because it is
and
so
these are the
rare.
ones he's not got on planes, you guys. These are ones that are in the boxes still.
And this will remain in the box because the price of this is just insane.
Go on.
It's one of those ones you hold on to because it's something special, but you don't want to use it because what it is.
That's beautiful.
It has 60
wow.
degrees in between valves.
Oh wow! Well, you have to seen that the V.
So that means the valves are at an angle. Cool beans.
Wow. And what cc is that
Yeah.
again? Sorry.
7.5.
7.5.
If you see here,
Okay.
it says Tokyo. I'm not sure.
Tokyo. Just about
Tokyo,
see,
Japan.
yeah. Well,
And
Japanese.
it was
engineering.
made, as I said in the previous video, it was made by Hiroyuki Oki
I remember you saying,
in Japan. Yes, he was making these engines in his workshop. This is called FC1, and he has also made called FC2, which is even more rare. It is a 2-cylinder. I have shown you the picture, Chris, I think the last time.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yes.
It's
And
you should start a museum. You really are. You know, you must be able to like hire a shop or something. Because I would come and look at them engines. They all day long. All day long.
if you want to, if you will talk for 2 minutes, I will run to my workshop.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
that's
will-
fine. We're
I will
good.
bring you the oldest engine that I have, and I will then tell you the age.
Okay. Go for it.
Will you bear with me for 2 minutes?
I will bear it for you 2 minutes.
Go ahead.
Okay, just give me 2
We're
minutes.
just enjoying you showing us all this.
You know, as I say, I could sit here all night long and watch this. This is fantastic. I mean, hang on, Sean. He'll be back in a minute. Was it? Oh, okay. We'll wait for him anyway. But you know, I've only got one engine. I've got one nitro engine, which is the FA62B, which is on my Tiger Moth, and then soon to have another engine, the Western, on my Spitfire. So I mean, Eric, if you had many nitro engines, I know you've got a lot on your cars.
All the ones I have, so I don't planes yet. Eventually I will, because this year I'm still waiting on Uncle Sam to give me my tax return. But when I get my tax return, I'm going to be getting my AMA insurance and a membership at the field. Because when I start getting like gas powered planes, I don't want to fly those at the park. But on my RC cars, I have a SH18, which is 2.7 cubic centimeter, and then I have a SH21, which is a 3.75.
And what was that blue one that you showed us last week?
That's SH21. That's my backup motor, but the SH21 is actually considered a nitro big block.
Right, really?
And then the SH18 I have is considered a small block.
Wow.
And you go from the 18 to the 21, you go from just over 1 horsepower to 2.4 horsepower on the SH21.
Blaz should start an online museum. Yeah, that's it. I mean, we were speaking beforehand as well, before we went live.
That's a great idea to do it online instead of
shop. We should put that
especially in today's world with like COVID and stuff.
I mean, you know, God knows when this is going to ever end, but it's here he goes. What's he? What have you got? I tell you what. Before you can. Let's
More
wait till
goodies.
let him put his ear.
More
ears
goodies.
in. Blaz, look at this just quickly before you carry on. Look at what Lass has just said.
Where?
It's come up on the screen, should do.
Yeah,
Hey.
that would be something.
Hey, it should do. What's this one? Quickly. What very first engine you required at what age?
The first engine was
Oh, thanks, Mike.
forced engine from an RC car back in 1998.
Wow.
Eric will
Wow.
maybe know this. Do you know force engines made in Italy?
Yep.
Yeah,
Those are good engines.
there was a company in
Hi,
Italy,
Alfie.
Mantua Models. They were making cars, but they were crap. They were every time you went out for a ride, you need to work on the car for the next 2 weeks. So
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Sounds
would
like
be-
most Italian supercars.
Yeah, I was
they
going to
would
say
just
that.
disintegrate. Meanwhile, you were riding it, so that's why I have. Then first I was on RC cars, then I was on RC boats, of course Glow. Then I have changed to RC planes, and that's where I'm now.
What about Guniak saying about Rossi engines?
Oh, Rossi engines. They're actually now Nova Rossi. It's no more
Yep.
Rossi, but Nova Rossi.
Oh, okay.
Those
So,
engines can
And
get.
you guys wanna see something crazy? Look up online Nova Rossi break-in. So the motors they make for the racing team, they normally when we break in a motor for an RC car or plane, you baby it, right, for a couple of tanks to get the piston to break in. These guys literally, they put it on a work stand and put it at full RPM for like 30 minutes for the racing team. And the motor just screams while they're doing it.
I'm going to look up that.
Eric, you maybe know.
1975.
Do you know? Yes. Do
Sorry.
you know, Eric, about Alpha engines?
I've heard of them. I don't know much about them. I've heard of them. But
2 years ago, I have owned Mugen Seiki MBX7. You know that?
yeah.
Mugen. No, I had an Alpha engine, which went to 42,000 RPM.
That's just insane.
then-
That's insane.
And then the engine exploded, so that was something to see.
So what did
It
you
went
get
in
from you?
four-
What did you get? So let's talk about them engines, because I saw a handful of stuff as you ran in. What'd you get? Show
Well,
us.
I didn't. I don't see nothing here.
Yeah, I think you do. What's this?
This is going to be
Ooh.
good. He's got a grin on his face.
Look at that. What is that one?
That one came. This one came from Florida also.
Okay. Ah. Enya.
And yeah.
Enya 64C.
And what's that?
This is-
Go on. Sorry.
No, what were you asking?
The gearing at the back. That seems a bit.
Yeah, this is the timing gear. It has 2 gears at the back.
Right.
The
Wow.
timing of this it's not so easy. You have to be careful what you're doing, because there is 1 gear coming out from the crankshaft, and then you have 2 gears with each with 1 lobe that you have to time correctly, so the timing is correct in this engine.
Oh, so there's no timing mark. That's hard.
No,
Yeah.
it has timing marks, but you have to watch 3 marks, not just 1.
Oh,
You have to watch on. There is 1 mark
okay. Yeah,
on
that
the
is definitely
on
harder.
the gear
Yeah,
that comes
that
from the
is.
crankshaft. Yes, and then there are 2 gears that have gears marks on. So this is the
Okay,
most
yeah, that
difficult
is
to time.
definitely harder having all those marks to get at the same spot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
This
attempt that.
Yes, that one that you have seen on Hellcat
Yes.
is open rocker. Then they have chosen and they have put cover on. So
I prefer the open rocker.
yes,
Even that's a lovely
No.
rock. It's about cover, but it's
The nice
Isn't it
thing
more-
about having the closed rocker, though, is if you're in somewhere that's really humid, you don't have to worry about the. Well, not that
and
it matters
plus
if
it's
you're
also
oiling
if
it
you're
every
flat
time you
plane.
run it, but
I think it's just the aesthetics. I mean, it's like Blaz said in the old submarines. You used to see all the rockers you know, and
Or
and
even the
it just-
old motorcycles, you'd see the rockers,
Yeah.
and it's cool to see.
and it's fascinating.
Now, the next, I have 3 more engines here now. I will show you this one.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
nice.
that one's pretty.
What is that?
Let me just pull off the. I will do it like this.
Hype. Mike?
Hype.
Hype.
It was made by Kyosho and
Oh.
sold by Kyosho also.
Wow.
So is
If you know
Kyosho
the-
branded motor. Or
Yes,
engine,
if you
sorry.
know the plane Kalmato Sports,
That is
at first when you have bought the plane, you got this engine on.
right.
But later on, they have switched to ASP company, which was actually the master company was SY, and they were making Magnum, SY, ASP, PH, so Planet Hobby, and there was another one. I can't remember, but they were making for different places different names. So you in England would buy I think it was PH. I think no SC
You're right.
S.C. We here got ASP in United States were Magnum XL. That was the same company.
Oh,
So-
right.
Yes, they were making this in 3 sizes. This is 7.5.
Why is the exhaust so big?
Okay.
This is original.
Expansion chamber.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
This is 7.5. This is 11.8.
Wow.
This is, as you said, Hype.
Hype 69.
69, huh?
Oh, the best.
Position for the lettering.
I'm
yes.
just waiting. I'm just waiting to hear from Reckham on the 69. I know he's gonna say something.
Yeah. Well,
So as I said-
that is sexy.
Yes, there were
Those are
3.
some pretty engines.
Yes, there were 3.
Okay.
Well, I'm lucky to have 2, and I was looking for the third one. The third one was 91, but I saw one about a month ago in Austria, but I was too late. It just went
Oh.
crazy.
So
And
well,
you know what is the interesting thing is?
yeah.
Where they were selling this in Austria, in Schweighofer. There is one site, Schweighofer. No, Austria, in Germany, I don't know.
Germany.
For $50, 10 years ago.
$50.
Yeah.
Oh
Now
wow!
they're selling for,
And now
Go on.
what do they
now
go
they're
for?
selling for 200.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. People caught on to them being what they are. Now they're expensive.
That's the trouble.
And-
Seriously,
Yeah, but
it's
the
a trend.
interesting thing is that this engine runs so good at low RPM, at low idle. You don't need no glow driver on top. If you're running
So once
very
you
low.
get it running, you don't need a driver at all. That's
No.
nice.
No,
Was
no,
that
no.
it? Lindinger.
Lindinger, yes. Lindinger was also selling this, but the Schweighofer was selling them for a longer period of time. And you could also buy a piston, if I remember right. The piston sleeve complete set was, I think, $10.
Oh wow!
If you wanted to
for
change it.
my cheap China motor from one of my nitro cars that's in pieces, just the piston and the conrod is like $50. So
That's mad.
When I was, you all know ASP engines, right?
Of course.
Yes. The most engine that I have ever repaired and reassembled was ASP FS61. And for
Okay.
example, in Hobby King, maybe 5 years ago, when you could buy parts, the piston for the ASP FS61 was $4 in Hobby King. The cylinder sleeve was $9. The piston ring was $4, and complete top hat with valves inserted with springs, with everything inside was $20 or 25,
wow.
something like that.
That's crazy.
But
Wow.
but now you just cannot get the parts anymore. So
Okay, well, Nikos is asking a question. Gas or nitro? What do you prefer?
I prefer nitro, but also gas is not bad because, as I said many times in the video, it's not an engine if it doesn't have a piston inside.
So internal
cannot-
combustion, if it's internal
Yes.
combustion, you like it.
It doesn't matter if it's gas or glow as long as it go.
As long as you can smoke your pipe, sir. That's what,
Where is my?
where's your...
Huh?
But on these smaller motors, on these smaller engines, you're more likely to be nitro than you are gas, and a lot of these planes will be more likely nitro than gas. So
I forgot what engine. One engine. I have.
Well, he's got another one.
No, yes, I have, but it's in the workshop. I will show something in 2 weeks if I will be
Well,
honest.
yeah, no. As I say,
had-
just to let everyone know, Blaz, who's still here, we are going to be doing this in a couple of weeks, and hopefully we're going to have Stuart Warren with us as well, and another Nitro head as well. There's going to be a few of us in 2 weeks to chat again. So let's not show all your toys, Blaz, because I mean, at the moment, this is astonishing. I mean, I'm sure I can speak for everybody that's been watching tonight, that you are a wealth of knowledge, sir. I do salute you with that wealth of knowledge. Some of the stuff, even Eric, I mean, it's, you know, I'm a noob in every which way, and some of the stuff that I've learnt this evening is fascinating. You know, it just makes me happy that I went down the route of getting glow engines, because it's just awesome,
And I just
absolutely
hope,
awesome.
I just hope that more people will go in this, because this glow enthusiasm
Jeff.
must not die. Yeah.
So those of you heard for Octum engine, Octum engines, is it?
No, Octam, I don't know.
Okay, well you could Google that. We'll have to have a look at that. But go on, say that again, Blaz. Anyway, in your finishing speech.
I will just write that down.
Yeah, UCTKAM. We'll have a look at that, Mark, and in a couple of weeks we'll look at that. The Ring of Fire. That's a ring of peace. No, a ring of peace pipe. That's what Blaz had. So, Blaz, as I say, we're going to call it. So, in your last words, say what you was about to say about RC and Nitro, because that was quite interesting as you was about to say. What is that?
Huh?
little test stand for a gas.
Oh my golly gosh, look at that.
That's the ignition for the spark plug behind the motor, is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
This ignition coil. Let me show you.
Yeah, see
This
that?
is brand new. I got from United States. It was made in 1940,
Oh wow.
and I got it with an Olsen and Rice engine. You know Olsen and
Okay.
Rice?
Yes.
Yes.
I've heard of them. I
I
don't know
got it
who was
with
in it.
that, but we will talk about that engine later. Let me show you. This engine has 3 piston rings. It is handmade. It was made by Gabel in Germany in 1935.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Look
That
at
is
this.
that
Let
is
me just-
awesome.
Unscrew this cap. Look, let me show you how small of a cap it is for the
Wow.
fuel.
That is unreal.
Wow.
And you've had
That's
this
the
running.
gas thing.
No, I have prepared this wiring loom just to try it, and I didn't try it yet. I will try it very soon.
Well, let us know. Yeah, and Nikos, I'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Whatever date is in 2 weeks' time, we'll be doing this again, and Captain Blaz will be showing us more stuff. And
Yeah,
we'll,
because I actually have one engine, but I will show you on next video.
yes.
It is gas, but it is only 1.5 cc.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, that's small.
That's gonna be gonna be almost as interesting as your last one you showed us, that other Diddy one, which was absolutely fascinating. So, I mean, we've got to get this out to the younger generation that glow engine is
I
fun.
agree.
You know, it's quite, you know, it's too easy to whack a battery in. It's just you're losing what it's all about, in my eyes.
But the thing is, the time you spend charging a battery, you spend getting the motor ready to run. So, I mean, I think part of it.
Almost the same.
Yeah,
I think the issue is they're just not exposed to it. Is what it comes down to.
well, we're exposing them at Dad's RC Hangar with Captain Blaz and Eric from Shadow Ops. We're putting it out there. We're showing them. Anyway, listen, everybody that's turned up tonight, thanks very much. Captain Blaz, we salute you as usual. You have been a wealth of information. Shadow, Eric, Shadow Ops, fantastic. Thanks for joining us again, buddy. It's always welcomed. It really is. And Chris, thanks for being here as well. You're fine. It's okay. I've been smoking this pipe too much. Listen, guys, come back in 2 weeks' time. Dad's RC Hangar Friday feeding will return this week. The kitchen will be finished. If it's not, it's going to return anyway. And we'll go from there. But listen, thanks for popping by. Enjoy your weekend. If you can get out flying, go and fly and be safe and have fun. So, listen, see you later, everyone. Good night. Ta-da. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in.
Salute to everybody.
Goodbye.